Hello everyone, this is Matthew with MK's Traders, and today we're going to be looking at the app Robinhood and all the ins and outs of this app for a brand new beginner. How to use it, how to buy and sell stocks, the idea of getting a new stock, how to add things to your watch list, what the watch list is, the overall graph that you can see right here, what it means. Mine's really trashy right now, but that's okay. News, tops and flops, and how to find them, and how to search any stock, and also information about investing, free stocks, transfers. We're going to look at all this stuff. Okay, so let's start with just a basic graph. So after you finish getting your Robinhood account all set up, as I show in the previous video, you'll have like a circle, but when you're all set up, your circle will go away, and you will have this graph right here. It obviously won't look like my graph, and it won't go for as long. It probably will just look like something for like a day or something like that, but it'll show your cash movement or your total value over time. You can see I've made some bad investments, so mine for the daily has just been going down. If I look at my all-time, it's on quite the downtrend. You see, I made some money right here. I lost a good amount, made a good amount, then lost a good amount, and then lost a ton. Now I'll go over how I lost so much money and how to avoid such circumstances, as this channel is all about you guys learning from my mistakes. And there's a reason why I'm only investing $170. That's because I'm new and I don't want to lose a bunch of money. I would have lost a lot more money if I was investing a lot more right there in this day. That was all in one day. Oh my goodness. But so when you're looking at this, it won't show you candlestick charts or any other detail. It will just show you a line graph, so you can just kind of visualize how your money has been flowing. It's not really going to tell you anything more than that, so it's not too complicated. It's just going to show you kind of how it's been jumping, you know. I used to have so much money. Ah! I'm doing here. It's okay. It just kind of shows how it flows. So if you go to the middle section right here, you'll see news, all the news. It'll show a different newsletters about Boeing right here, you know. It'll show how it affects some big stocks. So BA is up 1%, GE is down 17.17%. All these different things. You can watch videos.
That is a very
Yep. And here are the top movers. Every day, every stock day I should say, market day that's open, it'll show the top movers. You can look at it and see, wow, this has jumped 35%. That's huge overall. 30.85 or 20 point whatever. And it'll show the lowest ones too, starting with the biggest percentage to the lowest percentage of 10 to 30, as you can see. If you look at any of these stocks, you'll see there's always a huge jump. And there's different strategies I can go over about what these mean, if you should buy in on these big moves, but it's just always out there. And that's usually, I personally, in my limited experience, have found a lot of stocks that I invested in based on top big moves. Because usually if something drops really suddenly or it jumps, it's usually a sign of something else that's going to happen, as I will talk about later. But anyway, this is also where you can search for any company. Let's say we want to look up Apple. You can look up the name, boom, look, we found Apple. It's in the downtrend, as everything was past day. Or we could look up like the secret code, like Bitcoin is BTC. Oh, BTC, look, Bitcoin. And it won't show me Bitcoin right now. But, so you can type in the little clicker code, I think that's what it's called, or you could type in the name and you can look up any stock that's in the Dow Jones or NASDAQ, the big companies' stocks. It won't let you look up a bunch of like really obscure penny stocks, sadly, but there are some penny stocks you can definitely look up, like, what's the new penny stock? Plug Power is pretty new. Used to be a penny stock anyway, I think. Maybe not. But anyway, you can look up things right there. Also, you can see the news right here, right underneath your normal graph, and where it says your buying power, you can look and it'll give you some news. You just scroll through, it's just like the big news for you that you haven't seen. At the very end, there'll be a cat that winks at you. And if you're having a bad day, it'll be red. If you're having a good day, it'll be green. And you can always click start over if you accidentally skimmed through something you wanted to look over. And then if you go down, you can look at all of your personal stocks. Now I'll go over how you can buy and sell a stock really soon. And below that, it'll show your cryptocurrencies that you either have or you have on a watch list. And then it'll show your watch list of normal stocks. So let's look here. So you may be wondering, how do I add something to my watch list? Because you can definitely personalize this. When you get your new account, your watch list will just be like name brand stuff. I think it'll give you like Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, you know, all the big players. You can see my watch list is very different. It does not have most of any of those big names. But let's say I wanted to add Apple, for example. Look up Apple, and you can see all the stuff about Apple, of course, like you always can, which I'll go over later in a different video, what all that stuff means. But up in the top right corner, you'll see the little plus sign. Boom. It'll go to a check mark, and that is how you add it to your watch list. Also, you can see you can do that without even going and looking at this stock. See, I can take it off right there, or I can add it again. And then if you go back to here, it'll be added at the bottom of your watch list. Apple. But I don't want Apple on my watch list, so I'm taking it off. It's too expensive. I don't even have enough money to buy it. That's the reason why. Otherwise, I might be interested in investing in it, but that doesn't really matter. So, that's how you customize your watch list. Now, I guess the big question is, how do you buy a stock? So let's just look at my watch list so we can get a good example. So, obviously there's a lot of information here that I would love to go over, but we won't go over right now. But the simple way, just like it's pretty simple to add something to your watch list, it's pretty simple to buy and sell. So I'll actually show you an example of how you would buy and sell. So let's look at my direct stock. You click on trade, and normally you wouldn't see the trade options there, so just kind of ignore that. I'll go over that in a later video if you guys are interested in options. But you can see there's a buy and sell. So let's look at buying. So say if I were gonna buy a number of shares. So right here, the number of shares would be however many you want, of course. So let's say I wanted to buy 5 more shares. So the market price for a share right now is $2. So it'll tell you the estimated cost. Why it's estimated is because the stocks are constantly moving. Right now they're obviously not because it's a Saturday, so the stock market is closed. But it can change a little bit before it goes in. So it's just an estimated cost of how much you'll pay for 5 shares. But because the average price is around $2 right now, you'll probably pay $10 to get 5 shares. And obviously as that moves, it'll go up and down. Okay, market price. Sorry, I was gonna see what that was, and I'm not sure what it is. Let's see, what are we looking at? The consolidated real market data. Oh, so this kind of tells you how many shares are out there, because there's 12,433 shares, and talking about the bid and that's stuff we're definitely not going to talk about in this video, but it's good stuff to know. And up at the top right corner, you could click market order, and it shows you different options. So I'm just showing this so you guys just know there's different options of ways you can buy and sell stock. But for now, just know when you normally go into it and you're going to buy, you're just doing a market order. That's all you're doing. But there are different ways to buy and sell stock that I will go over later. And that's how you buy. Selling is very similar. You would choose how many stocks you want to sell. It would say up on the top left underneath, like sell DRRX, how many are available. I have 10 shares of this stock, so the most I could sell is 10. It's not going to let you sell more than you have. And once again, there's different ways you can sell. So those are the ways you can buy and sell stock. So the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video is how to get a free stock. So the awesome thing about Robinhood is Robinhood gives you the opportunity to invite friends to join Robinhood and getting free stocks. And as many friends as you invite to join Robinhood, you'll get that many free stocks, up to $500. So let's say you invite someone and you get GoPro, which I think is around $5 right now. If you kept inviting people and you kept getting stocks like GoPro, you could invite up to 100 people and get $500 free dollars. Obviously, the people would have to be interested, but that is a great opportunity to get some free stocks, free money. And you have a 1 in 250 chance of getting a really big name stock. So anyway, I just wanted to put it out there so y'all know. I've been inviting some of my friends because I'd love a free stock, and I think everyone should be investing in Robinhood anyway, as I said in my last video. So it's a great opportunity. Now I want to show you the investing section of this because it has some really important information that I think all new people to Robinhood should know. But the only problem is I realized if you go on there, it will show my bank account information. So I don't really want to show that to everyone. So I just kind of drew an example, and we'll end this video looking at that.